$3.15 for gas. Nah, I will have to though. I came out today. I didn't really know I was gonna make a video on it. I was just gonna kind of ride through one of my little twisty sections. But then I started thinking, it's like, you know what I can talk about is the power on this bike. Honestly, for most people, it's probably going to be sufficient enough power for what you need it for. There's a lot of like people that do mods in this bike, and they put on the new intake and power commander or other things like that. And there's like a bunch of different intakes you can get from it: Rottweiler, Raid, Garage, Rad Garage, and then the Alien, I forgot what it was called, Alien Evo intake, Evo 3, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't even have Alien in it. But, I mean, it's true, this thing's intake, it's a tiny little hole, and those other intakes do definitely open it up. But, they all cost a significant amount of money, except for the Evo, I think that's pretty cheap. But then it comes with, of course, you need to reprogram the bike and things like that. It's like, do you really need to do all that? You know, it is a 700cc single. That is a lot of power and torque already, but you know, there is some left to touch at. But you know, even the people that make these intakes and stuff and that do the dyno graphs and charts and whatever, and I'm just gonna blow that red light, and all them, they just say that, oh, the power only comes on in like the upper or the higher horsepower. No, reverse that. The power only comes on in like the lower parts of the thing. So like instead of making 30 horsepower at like the mid-range, like right around here, it would make 40 instead. That's significant. But then as you start getting higher up in the revs, where this thing likes to live at, then the power that's made isn't as significant. And that makes sense for this bike. It's technically, in my opinion, it's more of a race bike than a supermoto. So it's making its power up high where you're going to be on the racetrack. I mean, you can feel it. You can feel the surge. So it's like there's kind of power, and then it just tugs me right there. Like it would just yoink. So I mean, definitely makes power there, and there would probably be a lot more tug down low. But again, going back to the cost of everything, they're expensive. To take the Rottweiler Power Commander and intake route, that's like $1,000. And then there's the other ones, which I mean, they're only like $700 to $1,000. Like that's what you got to do to this bike just to get how much more power out of it. So you're already paying $14,000, maybe more, for this bike, new. So why are you gonna pay that? It's just a lot extra to put in the bike just to get that much more power out of it. But at the end of the day, like, it's not that crazy much more power. Rodeo, October 27th, 28th. That's when that Five Nights at Freddy's movie's coming out. I'm just gonna sit right here because I just saw a car go down this way. So I just want him to, you know, get out of my Twisties section. Get out of here. It's gonna ruin my whole day. Just need to make sure no one comes up behind me. What was I talking about? Power. Yeah, so it's a lot of money just to get more power to this bike. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. You know, maybe in the future, still might be a thing I'm looking into. There's a bunch of flies and gnats right here. But it's coming into winter now. I'm not gonna be riding this bike as much, so it's okay. I can wait a little longer. Anyways, let's hit some Twisties. Get a little picture next to the sign. I think that would be a picture worthy thing. Road ends. We can set this up better. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know, I just cleaned up all these bugs from the bike, but apparently that doesn't matter. Such a nice bike, though. Y'all want to know a fun little story? I really don't want to talk about that one. Anyway, y'all want to know a fun little story? I drove this bike to Georgia, and then I drove it back, and the license plate fell off. So my plate is somewhere in between here and Georgia. You know what I always do when I'm doing a burnout? I put my foot on the rear brake. Let's not do that. Why am I so bad at burnouts? That's better. Do I even want to try like a spinning one? No, I don't. no, I don't. I can do it off-road, like I can do it in the pine straw, but I don't know. I'm just tripped out about doing it on pavement where my tire's gonna like stick a little more. I think this is a pretty little road. It's nothing's here, obviously. It's just a dead end. But power, like we were talking about with this bike. So the main reason I wanted to get more power in it is because wheelies. However, over time when you get used to the bike and you get used to doing wheelies on it, like I was like, oh, you can't do wheelies down low, you gotta really rev it up high. But like maybe you saw in my last ASMR video, here we're just going 10 miles an hour, and I mean it'll still pick it right up. And that was very little throttle left. I don't know if you all saw that, but like I only did like a quarter turn. Getting some dust in the road. But yeah, it'll do what was I talking about? First gear wheelies. It'll do first gear wheelies like really fine anywhere with the correct finesse. And I'm getting better at first gear wheelies on this bike. I don't know if you remember, but like first time I looped this bike was doing first gear wheelies, and so I was scared to do them. But then I don't know, after a while I just got used to it. And so now they just come a little bit easier. Don't we all? And second gear as well. Let's go for second. Like even look, pretty down low for second gear, 22 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour. But it'll do it. I mean, I gave it a little pop to get it up, but it did just fine. I like doing slow wheelies now. I don't know. It's just more of like, it's just more fun to me now. Be going at like a slower speed and then just popping it up, because then you have so much more of the RPM range to like play with. I'm gonna try third gear here, but I mean, I think I'm pretty sure. I know I've done third gear before, but the bike can do third gear wheelies, and that was like one of the big things I wanted. There you go. Honestly, a little sketchy. That road was quite bumpy. But it takes a lot more of a little bumpity to, you know, get it up to do that. But it'll do it. And then when it comes to top speed for this bike, for power, as it concerns with power, I mean, it still seems like I was saying, that top end's still going to be about 65, 70 horsepower. So you maybe get to 125 as opposed to 120 miles an hour. So, you know, you gain something there. But like, I think I like the bike. Whoa, butterfly. I think I like the bike where it is now, honestly. And even talked with some friends, and they were agreeing with me about that. I think this is the EU 5 or 6, and then the previous model before this in 2019 was like either the EU 4 or 5. You know, it was a number below this one. And so in that change in the emissions and whatever, they gave this bike, they just made it a little better with its power, it sounds like. So, that or I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. Skirt! I slid that whole way up here. Doing a breaky. Highway time. Yeah, I can do the highway. Is it fun? Not really. actually, I take it all back. It's doing pretty fine. It looks like we got some traffic up ahead, too. Yeah, it's actually doing really fine on the highway. Yeah, the wind, this thing, I don't know, it's just heavy enough where it doesn't get pushed around. So I'm not really concerned about that. I really never have been. I've even taken like my 230 dual sport on the highway. It's just, for me, it's the power to get around people, and this thing definitely can do that. Okay, you neutral if you want. Does that ever happen with y'all where, like, whenever I'm going from second gear to first gear, when it's popping into neutral, it's a babe on a Hayabusa. What? Whenever I'm going from second gear into first gear, sometimes it like slaps and it just doesn't want to do it, and it'll go like into neutral. Second gear to first gear, and then like I hit it down and it goes, it's like fighting me. It's like, what the hell? Here we go, 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 go. See if we can catch up to the Busa boy. Or girl. Busa gal. Apparently not. We're getting another red light. Looks as if there's more to explore this way. So let's go. Wow, grass clippings. Better put her down, better lay her down. I saw this one dude on a DRZ, and he was like riding like this, and there was like a guy on a lawnmower that like stopped and turned off his blades, but he still threw a bunch of dirt in the, or grass in the road. The guy in the DRZ was like, what the hell? Whoa, 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 whoa. And we were on a straight road. I mean, yeah, it's annoying, but at the same time, you yelling at him is not going to change the fact. I mean, we're on a straight road. You're not gonna go crazy or do anything if you just drive like a normal human being. Oh, look, they leave a little gap right here just for me. That way motorcycles, that's me, don't have to go over speed bumps. Never mind. Oh, just smacked that one though. Last little twisty section. Scurry. Okay, I believe that's all. Bye.